Well, what you did there was you showed people that attitude is a choice.
Hmm.
And, we can choose our attitude, so why not choose a positive attitude? And those naysayers, they chose to go the other direction. And sometimes people don't know that it's a choice to be happy, to be positive, to be upbeat. They feel that, you need to wake up feeling it. Yeah, just choose to be happy, choose to be high energy. Go for it. There are no rules. It's a choice.
And the whole idea of the choice is if I can choose to show appreciation, then it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
That's really number 5. How are you going to show others appreciation? You have to have appreciation in here, and then let that domino go. It could be at work, school, church, mosque, anywhere you go, even out to lunch. If you can appreciate life, that energy will go out and hit people. Whoa, I felt that. And it's almost funny. I really feel if everybody can just show a little bit of appreciation to each other, we can end a lot of these conflicts and these crazy ideas. That doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they believe or everything they do. But you can at least show some appreciation, some respect for where they're coming from and listen to their views. What do you think, Bill? What do you think, Sharon? Mike, I haven't heard from any of you guys.
Yeah, but I was saying a couple of things, but anyway. No, I was earlier was the conversation when you were saying appreciating people and everything like that. It's really just showing that, like, giving them a call up, telling them that you really appreciate everything they've been working on and helping you out with everything. You really couldn't got there without them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you just try to edify each other and try to help each other out. That kind of thing.
Like I saw what Micah was doing with his stuff, and I'm not going to go into like the specifics, but he called me yesterday and we talked on Skype, and it was really nice because he's like, man, I can't put into words, you helped out and you really did do a lot for me. I was like, wow, that feels really good. And as Mark Twain said, I can live on a good compliment for a month. A genuine one.
Well, it was definitely, I really, really do appreciate everything you've done.
Bill, I want to.
Yeah. I finally got him back on, and I guess what I was thinking, and something I read yesterday, might have even been on Facebook or someplace, where people are actually connected with their heart. There's an aura that goes out, and I've heard about auras before, and if you have and it really affects how you actually engage with people. How true that is, I'm not sure, but I know some of the things I've done or shouldn't do. My wife keeps correcting me all the time about my tone of voice and how I come across, and our body action. She's real good at that, so I'm watching that and seeing how I can actually become better, as a person. It's not only what you say, it's a lot of times how you say it. And going back again to that old thing, what you say is only 7% of the message. And so, you always got to keep coming back to that. That's why texting doesn't work so well. But face-to-face like this works a whole lot better because you can see how they're expressing and you can hear it. Whereas in a written, you don't hear it, and you don't see it. So that's one of the things that I keep working on all the time, trying to do better at that. Because writing is not one of my fortes, so I keep having to wanting to use verbal and how I sound. So that's my 2 bits, at least for some of that, and always being grateful and saying thanks for people that if they've helped you.
I like it.
It's just being a good human being. I mean, when you're building a business with somebody, it's kind of important you know, if people are supporting you and they're helping you make money and you're helping them make money, and you have a team of people you know, like, and trust, and you want to spend time with. I mean, that's how every business should be. That's what business is. You know, and it's just too bad that it's not more known. You know.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's the whole fact of like a please and a thank you sometimes gets taken for granted. And especially millennials sometimes, you know, I'm not super amazed with some of the things my generation has done. But a please, a thank you, and just having some decency, some good manners, and carrying yourself in a way that shows that you care about people, that you have strong convictions and beliefs, and that you are going to be there to show good and actual appreciation for them. Take time and give feedback. Take them out to places that they might be interested in. Do something for them. And it just seems to make a world of difference. And that's a fundamental thing between a boss and a leader, a good friend and a bad friend, where I look. When I really look at someone, do they really look at me for me and try and find, how can I get the best out of Kareem? How can I get the best out of Chris, Gordon, Bill, Sharon? What can I do to show appreciation, to give thanks, even if it's a small token?
And you, Kareem, you said something that brought what my wife used to complain about, where she was a receptionist and she was at the front desk, and people would come in and say, "Hi, how's your day?" and really not mean it. They just kind of keep walking past, and before Patty could have a comment back to them, they would already be through the door. They didn't want to hear what you said. They were just trying to be nice, and that I'd hear about it every day. And you got to be meaningful of what you're really saying, and look at people when you talk to them.
Yeah. In that instance, you know, how you're doing it, they're basically just saying hello and no more.
I mean, a simple hello, a simple thank you, a simple way of giving thanks, even though it might seem trivial, and someone say, well, is that really a big deal? I do that every day, or I give a tip to my waiter.
So you got to mean it in the process, as
Yeah.
opposed to just kind of doing it and not even as a rote and not even thinking about it. It's a nicety, but after a while, if you don't really deal with it or mean it as something, then it falls on deaf ears.
Yeah, one thing I learned to get to part of a personal life journey that I took was the difference between gratuity and gratitude. See, the interesting thing is a gratuity is I give my waiter $10 or $5, or I tip nicely, or I hold the door open, and that's all important. But gratitude's living in that state of really feeling that the world has given me abundance. I can say, I think I can assume, since we all have, you know, a house over our head, electricity, we're able to be on this hangout, we're in some form of abundance. And with that, funny enough, being in that state of gratitude helps so much to give out the gratuities and give thanks, give the personal notes, and take the extra step to help somebody.
Indeed.
All right. Any closing thoughts or ideas?
I think we all learned something tonight about gratitude and how important it is to express it constantly to the people that are in your life, whether they're in your business or not, just people around you that care about you and love you. It's important that they know that you return the sentiment.
All right. And with that,
And I would say the more praise you give, the more praise you'll get.
That's right.
It's in your best interest to do it.
Cause and effect.
yeah, it's the domino effect.
If you give out what you want, eventually it'll come back to you.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Just the way it works.
I
I want to thank all of our guests tonight, Gordon Treadgold, of Entrepreneur.com, Bill Maybauer, Dan Sisick, Sharon Cortizano, Michael Wallace, and Kareem.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. Keep that gratitude.
Thank you,
going.
guys.
Give thanks to your
You're welcome
people.
to come back, George, anytime. We do this.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, and an additional thank you, and good night.